Hi everyone, welcome to The Next Normal. I'm your host, Sister Jenna. We're approaching the holiday season and it's a time for family, friends, and it's a time for getting together. It's a time for miracles. It's a time for sometimes reflection. It could even be a time for sadness, feeling alone. This would be our first Christmas without our beloved Sister Gita. It was our first Thanksgiving without our beloved Sister Gita. It was our first Diwali without our beloved Sister Gita. And it's interesting to me that when you have done right in a relationship from inside, it means I've had good wishes for this soul. Whether I'm with them or not, there's a freedom in it. And in a way, in these current times, it's almost like a miracle to be able to feel free when you're no longer with the souls that you love or the souls that love you. Just think about it. My thought is to really look at what the miracle is in our lives and how my life has become a miracle and how perhaps you might now need to see your life as a living day miracle. Have you given it some thought? I'm asking. Feel free to put it in the chat. Did you wake up today and do a life review and wonder about where you are now and how it's been an incredible journey? Or maybe you're in a place that you don't feel that you're in a wonderful space. And the miracle is you can't believe that you're thinking so down on yourself despite all the incredible achievements or incredible experiences that you might have had, and you're forgetting them and you're replacing them with the negative experiences. It's all miraculous this time that we're in. This century, this space where we are actually really beginning to investigate the power of thoughts and how thoughts have a way to transform the way that we're feeling. I would like to invite us on the miracle of thought. And today I have a live audience, and I'm happy to have all of these angels in the studio today as they look at me with their miraculous looks. But the whole idea of the miracle in one thought. And I'd like to take you through a process. Feel free to text it in the comments section. Write one thing that happened for you or to you in 2024 that was incredible. It brought joy to you. It's kind of unforgettable. It's just amazing. Write one thing, put it in the comment. What was that one thing that you experienced this year that was just amazing? What comes to my mind immediately, we had many in 2024, but I'm just thinking about the miracle of the fashion show at the 2024 Olympics in Paris. If I were to tell you how it evolved, you would say, that is a miracle. I woke up for our morning meditation at 4 o'clock, and I had a thought in my mind. It was one thought. I'd love to go and see Sister Jayanti, who is in New York, doing a talk for the UN. And then I spoke to the gang and I says, guys, you want to go to New York? My calendar's free. Let's go see Sister Jayanti. No accommodations, have no idea what's going to happen for the day. I invited a few friends to meet with Sister Jayanti because she's such a dynamite and the head of the Brahma Kumaris currently. And when you're in her vibration, when you're in her presence, there are miracles that happen inside of you. The miracle of pure love, the miracle of peace comes over you, the miracle of enthusiasm and creativity just by saying hello to her. Interesting, right? I don't know if we have a picture of Sister Jenna, but we went to New York, the gang. We didn't have a place to stay to freshen up because everyone in the Brahma Kumaris in New York, they were planning for the event in New York. So we looked for a hotel, and remember, we kind of wanted to be a little smart, and we went to, I think it was Intercontinental, and we said, isn't there a reservation for a room here? They says, no, there's nothing here for you. We're completely booked. I think they were having the UN meetings or something, so many world leaders were in town, and so many of the places were closed. And then as we were walking from the Intercontinental, I just turned to the right down the road, and I saw a flag, 2 flags, and usually I know how to identify the hotel flags. And I said to Divya, let's go see. We walked there, remember, and there was only 1 room left. It turns out that we had such a good deal of that 1 room that when we got the room, everybody parked. Did we bring the RV that day? No, I don't know, but we parked the car. Oh yeah, there's Sister Jenna, everyone. Just a beautiful energy in the Brahma Kumaris, and just being in her presence makes a big difference in your life. And so we went to the hotel, and 1 room. And I have to tell you, that hotel room was amazing, because we generally don't eat out because of the vibrations of people's minds when they're cooking the food, but also the cleanliness of the kitchen. And so very rare we will eat out at a restaurant, only if it's really an emergency and there's nowhere I can have a good vegetarian meal cooked in peace. So when we got into the room, there was a big conference room in that hotel room, which was like great. So we just opened up dinner and lunch, and we just served everyone. We invited people to come over and eat. It was so incredible. Then we took a shower, got ready, and the event was just 1 block away or 2 blocks. I think it was just 2 blocks away from the hotel. We went to the event. I had my friends there. They met with Sister Jenna. It was a beautiful event. I'm sitting with the founder of Let's Disrupt Digital, Ray Coleman. I don't know if Ray's on today. And Ray and I are sitting, and Ray's telling me about, he's kind of stressed. I'm so glad he came, he said, and he's got this fashion show that he has to put on for the Olympians in Paris. And I just gently turned to him and I said, what's the big deal? Everybody does a fashion show, nothing new. But this is fashion. Look around. Look at those sisters in their white saris. Look at that Buddhist monk. Look at that guru. They're all dressed in. Why don't you do a fashion show that reveals the light in us? That the fashion of different faith traditions are actually there to remind you that you've got the light within you. I don't know if it was God that touched Ray's intellect, but he just looked at me and said, can you put a proposal on that? I'm like, yeah, sure. Not thinking it's going to really make it or not. But the next day I drafted a proposal and I sent it to Ray, because for many, many years I've had the thought of featuring all religions and how these religions are reminding us to remember Baba, the light. And you can show the light, Santosh, if you have it. And that this light is who we should keep remembering. That supreme light is who we keep remembering, because the light is an energy of thought that is pure, loving, peaceful, powerful, and so on. Would you believe within a week, Ray Coleman comes back to me and say, you've been approved. the mayor of Saint Denis has approved the fashion show for the games, and that you will be doing it the day after Will Ferrell passes the torch for the Olympic Games. And I was like, oh, that's great. So now we have approximately, I think it was 3 weeks to get ready for this fashion show. Now, I've never done a fashion show. I've never done one. Look, I'm so boring, I wear the same dress every day, which is such a drag. I put my hair the same way every day. I mean, just imagine, it's a miracle to wake up in the mornings and don't even think what you're going to wear because it's just there. You're just the same outfit every day. Long story short, within 3 weeks, we pulled off one of the highlights of the Olympic Gala for the African Olympians and their sponsors and family members at the City Hall in Saint Denis, after the mayor introduced me to come on the platform to present the illuminating light. My beautiful friend and sister, Dr. Ivy Hilton, sung at the end, even though the engineers didn't have the music straight. She sung a cappella and got a standing ovation. That was a miracle. So I'm going to now come back to where I was before I told you this miracle of performing a fashion show for the Olympic Games in City Hall at the time. I had this thought, I want to reveal all religions, that all religions have kept telling us to remember God's light, the light that you saw that Santosh had put up earlier. Because that's the light that all the faiths kept remembering to give their power and their strength, and for miracles to occur. They say Jesus raised the dead. They said Moses parted the Red Sea. Muhammad meditated in the caves and came up with all these thoughts from their studies. So this light, I've been feeling this one thought for many years. Everyone needs to turn their thought to the light of God. It's not a religious God. It's not anything like that. It's the light within you that is also above you. When I die, or when you die, or when we leave our bodies, this is the light that we will see. It will be a light that will give you an overwhelming experience of love and purity and freedom. And so in the teachings of Raj Yoga meditation, we focus on inculcating that light and that energy within us. And that the more the soul remembers this light. So let's give you an example. I'm talking to you. If I talk to you just as Sister Jenna and in my 5 senses, good morning, hi everyone, it's fine. But if I, the soul, connect to the Supreme Being, and I'm reminding myself, Jen, you're a soul, you've entered this body, and you're playing a part through the body. Through these 5 senses, you've given yourself a name, a gender, the color of your skin, the choices that you're making. If I do it in God's remembrance, there's a different fragrance that comes through me. And whenever I remember God and I speak to somebody, it's a miracle. Whenever I remember God and I walk on the ground like an angel, it's a miracle. Whenever I cook food in God's remembrance and the food tastes so good, even if it's simple, it's a miracle because it serves the mind and the body of whoever eats it. So miracles for me are available to be experienced on a regular basis, on a day-to-day basis, if I, the soul, am in this connection to Source. There is something mystical about deleting or detaching from all the attachments of your human story and allowing the energy of God's light to work and flow through you when you're in motion. Now, you and I both know that if you go to Giorgio Armani or Donna Karan or whoever all of these designers are, to put on a fashion show would require them preparing it for at least a year or two in advance. Within 3 weeks, we were able to get the models, the clothing, the music, the narrative, and I have to tell you, I wish I had the video to show you a snippet of it. But when you were there, just imagine you're an Olympian, you're a sponsor, you're a family member, and you're sitting on these tables. You're in Paris. It's the 2024 Olympic Games. And an aspect of this gala with seats that are costing thousands of dollars per table comes the different faiths walking down the catwalk with a narration that is reminding you of the light that's within you. That was a miracle. And it happened because of one thought. The miracle of one thought. Santosh, do you have the video by chance? Okay, everyone, here's a quick snippet of the video of the fashion show. So this is at City Hall now, and I'm about to begin the fashion show. And we got a chance to, again, show that light from behind. So we started with the golden age in religion, the religion of purity and peace. And I know the designs, you have to understand that we had to put this together in 3 weeks. So at the beginning, the golden aged religion is a religion of your divinity and your virtues. It doesn't belong to a particular path, so to speak. So here comes the deities of the golden age and all these different things. You can see all the people that are in attendance. And Lama Tashi, I think, had flown in, who was once the personal artist to the Dalai Lama. So one of the things that participated in the fashion show was inviting some of the leaders to come and be a part of it with me. And Lama Tashi flew in all the way from where he was located and joined us on this wonderful occasion. Santosh, is it possible to kind of fast forward with the scroll a little? No, you can keep playing it, but fast forward it a little. Can you imagine the modern day miracle of hosting a fashion show in Paris? And the best part about it is, oh, and this guru actually walked to the event and he was a real living stuff. And you just look at the thing. Now, people had never seen this before, everyone. So my whole story was to connect. Wasn't it amazing? Was to connect the narrative of how these garbs are also a reminder and how we're all unified. You know, Santosh, you can just leave it on the video and just scroll it through. And then we have this the Sikh leader had canceled, and somehow the Sikh who had actually come to meet me ends up saving me that day, and he was representing. So you got to see it. If you can show me, yeah, just keep the video on and just scroll it through, because I think this is not the complete version. Yeah, that's it. So the dance here, there were issues with bringing the Israelis and the Islamic individuals in the room, because in Saint Denis it's very heavily influx of a lot of Muslims and refugees as well. So we had to compromise not bringing certain religions for the sake of having some sort of a confrontation or protest. So this dance was the dance of light that was introducing and saying, and if you believe in no one or no thing, or even if your faith isn't present, but you believe in good, the light is within you. And that dance was symbolic of that. Please put in the comment list what you're feeling just looking at me explaining it. Can you go forward? And this is a professional dancer that we also found in Paris for the fashion Olympic Games. So here are our little yogis at the end. So we ended the show that the yogis, the Brahma Kumari yogis, and you see, did we miss the nuns? They were such an item. We had these beautiful nuns that were there. So at the end, we captured 9 yogis in Paris, including some of us. And the white was symbolic that they belong to everyone and everyone belongs to you and the life of purity and to uplift humanity. And here is Dr. Ivy Hilton singing Let There Be Light. Beautiful. Thank you, Santosh, for doing that. That was a miracle of 2024. To actually offer a fashion show for the African Olympians and their sponsors and some of their family members, this amazing thing. It happened because of one thought. And when it got approved, I did not have one thought if it was going to happen or not. I just knew it was going to happen. I would not... What was that? Oh, because of the mayor's approval of it made it easy. But the thought that I was sharing with you is the one thought did not have any doubt or negativity. So in short, if you want to have one thought that is miraculous, never doubt it. Keep feeding it and know it's already done for you. That is a miracle. Let's go to AI for a minute, and I'll do a meditation after that, and then we'll go to the Sister Gita effect. What does AI say about what a miracle is? I'd be curious. A miracle is often described as an extraordinary or remarkable event that defies natural or scientific explanation. People frequently attribute miracles to divine intervention, a higher power, or forces beyond human understanding. The definition and perception of a miracle can vary depending on cultural, spiritual, or individual beliefs, common interpretations. There's something religious or spiritual to it. Good. Number 2, everyday miracles occur. Profound gratitude or feeling the beauty of life is a miracle. They say even the birth of a child. Number 3, philosophical and metaphysical miracles. They're viewed as a shift in perception that allows someone to see the extraordinary in the ordinary. Elements that make an event miraculous. Impossibility, which is what happened to us. It seems impossible within the laws of nature, but it actually happened. Even if we didn't have knowledge of how to do a fashion show, I intuitively allowed my knowledge to emerge. So miracles are upon you as long as you never second guess or doubt a pure and a positive thought. So let us continue to create these lives of miracles and not sabotage ourselves with these feelings or thoughts, what if this, and that. Just know it is. So let's take a moment of silence as we just go inside of ourselves, and I'd like you to take a deep breath in and breathe out. I want you to think about that one miracle that you're ready to roll over for 2025. There has to be a thought that keeps coming up in your heart, but you keep slowing down its process to manifest because of your own distractions or self-doubt. Put aside your distractions, put aside your self-doubt, and just visualize that thought happening for you. You don't need to know the how or the why, but it just happens for you. It's upon you. It's for you. And it's already done. Serve that thought. Feel it. Share it to the universe. Keep God's light in your heart. It's where your purity is. And God's light will give the force of creating and generating that energy for it to be a pure return to you. Your thought of that miracle to occur. Take a deep breath in and exhale. I know it requires some power in you. I know that. And I know that you have the power to do it. Don't waste time in your distractions. Don't waste time in self-doubt. But contribute all the time that you have left over for increasing your power, your inner power, for your miracles to emerge. Let's listen to our sweet Sister Gita effect and hear what she has to say.
Using your 8 powers. I am introducing your inner powers. This is a time of great change, economically, politically, and socially. As the world becomes seemingly more fragile and our everyday lives splinter without warning, each of us and our society in general needs to become stronger and more powerful. But what does it mean to be powerful? Spiritually, we understand that power or strength has nothing to do with force or aggression. Spiritual power comes from within, from the eternal store of positive resources such as peace, love, and happiness that lies within each and every one of us, even if we're not yet aware of it. Power has so many aspects, all intertwined like the threads in a tapestry. We cannot separate one from another because the tapestry as a whole depends on each thread being used in the right way at the right time. The power of introspection, the power to discern, decision-making, courage, letting go, tolerance, adjustment, and cooperation. These are 8 main powers. However, there are more powers entwined with them to bring about well-being, to free us from stress. The loss of our spiritual power brings about anxieties and stress. These 8 powers must also interweave between themselves if they are to be effective. When we start to tap into these powers, these positive qualities, and use them to inform our everyday behavior, we will become truly powerful. We will inhabit a state of consciousness and we are not influenced by negativity in any form. We no longer experience feelings of selfishness or violence, dislike, anger, revenge, or resentment. These habits are mostly responsible for our inner stresses. Freeing the mind and heart from negativity brings peace, and peace leads to another quality so essential for these current times. Stability helps us to maintain order and balance in our lives. Have a pensive day. These are the tickets back to well-being. These 8 powers. Om Shanti.
The miracle is in you. and the powers are in you. You have to use them. So today's Avyak signal for the month of December, it's focused on contentment. At the present time, there's a lot of tension and distress, and because of this, discontentment is increasing. At such a time, all of you jewels of contentment, with the light of your contentment, you need to inspire others to be content. So first of all, you must keep yourselves content, and then remain content with the service you're doing, and then with your relationships, for only then will you be called a jewel of contentment. Right? Right, everyone? Yes? Did everybody enjoy today's discussion? I know it was just a little chit-chat and sharing the stories, but I would love to see. Hi, Lolita. Good morning, Wendy. Incredible aunt. Nice to have you. I love that kind of fashion show. So clean and delightful. And it was. It was. Lily, nice to have you. As long as the light is in you, you will find your way home. Very true. Shruti, good morning. It's an incredible experience to watch. Dr. Etty, hi, how are you, my sweet beloved? So pure and flowy. The light is within me. Hi, Rashmi. Excellent topic, helping us to move forward in a new way in life. Thank you, sister. Thank you. Sharda, Om Shanti, Jackie, nice to have you. That fashion show of the light within, Jackie was with me. And so you had a chance to see that, right, Jackie? So now you know how the whole story unfolded. Hi, Randy, Samantha, Raj, Gigi, Christina, Sue, Dinesh, Anita, Shobha, Tulasi. Thank you all for joining me today. And Yukti, Wendy, nice. So don't ever question your ability to do something that would create a modern day miracle. Just keep the thought pure and consistent and filled with really a lot of love. Don't doubt yourself. Don't get caught up in the distraction. You're postponing your fortune. Thank you so much for joining us on the next normal. And remember, when you practice to love everybody the same, you will reduce your attachments. And in here will become so much more clearer. Take care. Om Shanti.